If time was needed for distance, with absence has made the heart grow fonder. The marvel of music, socially engineered on purpose, so there would be no comparison, no thoughts to ponder. The world is riddled with riddles. Billions of people trying to figure out life. It's pitiful. Enter our world. This podcast, this journey, the second phase of an analogy. This is a prelude for the story of Season 4. The Doneson Podcast. You better tell somebody.
Dunsonians, the freedom of creativity has arrived. Let's take this journey from the US to Brazil, through India onto Europe, from Asia onto the transatlantic and throughout the world. We'll call it the dark side. The Doneson Podcast is in full effect. Watch it, feel it, listen to Shaana Montana, Uncle Rico, Rod, and Rollo. Let's put it where the goats can get
This is how I feel. Only God knows where this is going. We are on the heels of something so important. This podcast has many seasons, but it won't be the last. I'm listening to the Doneson Podcast. I said I'm listening to the Doneson Podcast. Oh yeah, it's the Doneson Podcast. Oh,
So a lot of these major companies are buying restaurants. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, I've heard.
All right. And did you know that you don't really know who owns them, right? Until you look it up or whatnot.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you can go in, I do a little DoorDash there for a little extra money.
Right.
What's a restaurant?
And they tell me to go to Old Charlie's, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Old Charlie's restaurant, but it's called something else.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not Old Charlie's no more. It's some Papa John.
Some name that you be like, dang.
Wait a minute.
What's the?
But it's got Old Charlie's
Yeah.
address. I said, okay.
And these corporations are owning it. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I go to this particular restaurant and it shall go unnamed, right?
Okay.
And for some reason, every time I eat at this place, it always puts me to sleep,
Okay.
right? I found out
What?
that Mattress Factory owns this restaurant.
I know what restaurant you was at.
Sleep.
I can put you to sleep if you want.
You sound out of this world.
Yeah, for real. Where did he come from?
Now, don't forget to tune in every Monday for the audio version of the Doneson Podcast, and every Wednesday on our YouTube channel titled The Doneson Podcast.
All right.
Now, peep this out, y'all. For Dunsonians out there, we also have a Facebook page titled The Doneson Podcast, so you can really check us out. Now, Rollo will be back in a few weeks. He's on tour in Florence, Lauderdale, Coliseum in Florence, Alabama. And following week, he'll be at the Little River Marina Bar and Grill in Moss Point, Mississippi.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Out your way, Miss Montana.
Yeah.
But before we have a convo about today's subject, rent's due in the city.
Yeah.
I ain't paying.
Rent due in the city. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today.
Not until that heathen apologizing for slamming the door in my face.
Rent is due. And if you don't have my money, I'm going to send a Negro named Corn to come get in your shit.
Dayton, Ohio here. Apartment number 138 here. You know, sometimes life beats us up and rent is hard to come by.
Apartment number 138, all the time rent is due on the 1st. You better have my motherfucking money, mate.
Portsmouth, Virginia here. Why, hello, Mr. Evick. I'll be traveling out the country. The check's in the mail.
Apartment 20, I hope you can beat the eviction notice before you make it home. It's coming in the mail.
Moss Point, Mississippi here. Mr. Evick. Hello, Mr. Evick. Can I write you a check and post date it? But don't deposit until the 17th.
You must be bloody mad.
All right, thank you for Rents Doing the City. Now it's time for the Doneson Riddle Show.
Here we go.
It's the Dodson Riddle Show. You have 60 seconds to solve the riddle, which is an ample amount of time. If you answer wrong, a dummy's getting electrocuted. And here's your host,
Right. All right. So we have about 4 people on that panel. We have Edwin Evick. We have Montana. We have Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
We have the unknown guest that we will introduce here in a second. But you guys have 60 seconds to solve this riddle. If not, a dummy's getting electrocuted. All right? All right. This is the riddle. I am not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but water kills me. What am I? Here are the options. I'm fire. I'm a hood rat. Or I'm one of the little elves on the Wizard of Oz.
Did you say fire?
Of course.
A hood rat or...
Well, we know it's one, right?
Right, it's fire.
Yeah, we know it's fire.
How did you know this?
The options were just so tough.
Obvious.
The options were so tough to choose from.
Well, Shaquita broke my heart, so I had to get her back. I had to put hood rat in there.
You know what?
Shaquita, if you're listening, use a hood rat.
You know what? Yeah.
All right. Shaana Montana, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Montana, here they go again. Another letter? This is what they wrote. A little oh yeah, a little oh no, and a lot. You gotta be kidding me. Montana is a crazy. Even though I'm feeling sad, it's only one day. I turn into you, it makes my day. I'm watching your YouTube on a Wednesday, listening this letter so funny. Oh, oh, oh yeah.
So, today's letter is titled Criticism.
Hold on.
And this letter is from Greensboro, North Carolina. And they did not put their age range or age or anything on here.
Damn.
So don't tell me.
They, you know it's anonymous. They big shame that they didn't put their age on here.
You know what?
Maybe because the last episode, they
I'm really gonna have to put some type of stipulation on all these folks writing in anonymous.
At least give us a fake name.
Don't want us to know nothing about them, but want us to tell us, and want us to solve all their damn problems.
Yeah, you don't need to put that. Yeah, you got to give us a name or something.
Yeah,
Make
give us something.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get right to it.
All right, let's get
so
to it.
Anonymous says, I'm not open to criticism.
Oh, really? Well, you finna get some.
Come get it.
You in the right place.
Yeah, I don't like to be told that I'm doing something wrong.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know. It just makes me cringe when somebody tries to correct me or somebody says you did this wrong or you're not being truthful. Don't be a liar. I think they feel threatened by some of my qualities and use criticism as a weapon to try to lower my class level.
I think you're trying to hide.
I sometimes get criticized for mispronunciation of a word at work, or I can't say the person's name that I'm talking about correctly, or I can't remember the name of the person, but I know who they are. I can do a description. I face criticism in my relationships. Why did you do that? What were you thinking about when you did this? Why do you always? How could you forget that? When it comes to this, you're always dropping the ball. Come on, you, constant criticism. I can't stand it when somebody starts to give me a story of them going, yeah, sorry I've been through something that they did wrong, and then they relate it to me. That drives me insane. I don't know why I can't take criticism. Maybe I feel vulnerable. Maybe I feel like I'm not good enough or I can't handle it. How come you can't just let me make a mistake? I am who I am. I'm not this. And how I make decisions. Accept me for who I am. Give me a chance to correct my mistakes. Don't jump on me every time I make a mistake. You want to criticize me. I'm an adult. I'm a human being. I'm not going to be perfect. Just give me a chance to correct my mistakes. And if I make the same mistake twice or 3 times, criticize me. 3 times, damn.
Wow.
They seek admiration and approval.
What you want me to put up with?
Right. In fact, when people think they are an expert in every field, often criticize others to demonstrate what they know and reaffirm their position, looking for admiration. Now, I know criticism comes sometimes when I drop the ball, which I've been known to do several times, but now that I'm in a relationship, I have to be accountable, honorable maybe. It's just me needing to be accountable, more accountable for things because my indecisions affect more people than I thought. When I look back on my past relationships, I found out that the reason they do not work is because I do not like criticism.
Wow.
You figured that out, huh?
Yeah.
So that's that.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Montana. So, have you ever been in a relationship where you don't like to be criticized?
Listen.
Be honest, Montana.
Who's there looking in my window?
Wow. Nobody now.
Because Rob been looking in my window.
Wow.
Because let me tell y'all something. I have really gone through things in relationships where I don't know. Well, I have been criticized or just, I would say things have been pointed out because I went through a phase or moments where like I couldn't remember shit. Like you tell me something, I can't remember it. You ask me, I can't. Like I was not remembering things that I should remember. Uh-huh. And when you are in a relationship, you got to remember certain things.
Right.
And so it was like, I'm a person like you tell me your name for the most part. Like I'm not gonna forget that. I remember your birthday. Like I remember all these the minutia, these little things that don't mean much, but it's like. When it comes to things, important things in a relationship, like I was forgetting them. And so that was causing like a point of tension between me and my partner because I was forgetting things and then he would bring it up and I would receive it as a critique. But in reality, it really wasn't a critique. It was pointing out that this is important. I just want you to remember these things. So we may have to have an uncomfortable conversation. And like this person who wrote in, they are receiving, even though they're acknowledging that they're doing wrong, even if they want them to say something to them after the 2nd and 3rd time, even if they say something the 10th time, once they say something, no matter when they say it, you're going to receive it as you're being critiqued. Right. But in reality, in some instances, it's really just a person telling you, hey, I just want you to get this right. And so I definitely have gone through that, went through a phase of that. I started questioning, do I got early onset Alzheimer's and stuff? I'm like, what's going on? So it didn't last a long time, but I just went through this phase and it really bothered me the most because I do very well with like remembering things. Right. And so when it came to like certain stuff, like how am I forgetting that? You know what? Now I think about it, maybe they ain't really tell me. But, but yeah, I've gone through something like that. And I think they have to understand that criticism is a part of life, but I think it's all about what they say. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yeah. It's all about the delivery. So I can receive something if you give it in love. And I always say, deliver things with empathy, compassion, and concern versus like, you're just wrong. Like, don't make it feel like an attack, But if you just a number 10 mama, then we got something else to talk about. Do you got somebody else just why you can't remember what are we talking about?
Right. Yeah. Like, what conversation is this?
Right.
Joey, what you think about this letter?
Listen closely and hear this. Don't come to New York. This letter is hot garbage.
Oliver, what you think about this letter?
A hit dog will holler.
Yeah.
You had a chance. What you think, man?
Well, I mean, in relationships, man, everyone got to be willing to listen
Listen.
before you speak.
This is true.
And sometimes we speak before we really heard what was being said.
Yeah.
And in that moment in time, you really done throw your partner off. Maybe done pissed them off. You know what I'm saying? Because you're responding, you really didn't never really listen to the question.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in a lot of relationships in life. I experienced that in my life. Here I'm 64, so I've experienced it quite a few times. But seriously, and I'm guilty of it. I'm not gonna say I'm innocent,
right?
Because sometimes you come into hearing, but you already got your preconceived response and how you gonna answer this, and that's what you go with. And that just blows everything up, man.
Yeah.
And I've been guilty of that as well. So, basically, I would say she needed, or he, was she?
It was. I think it's a woman.
Yeah. She needs to sit back and make sure she's hearing everything that's being said and delivered to her first before she deliver a response.
Right.
Because I'm thinking she's operating off some preconceived ideas and thoughts.
Right.
And just jumping out there.
What you said, Unc, about like people, they listen to respond, not to like hear.
Right. Yeah. And just, we all guilty of it. No one is innocent of that,
Yeah.
Because we're human. We all make that mistake. But in the reality, that's what you got to do first. And, it's a process. You got to learn it.
Yeah.
And you got to put yourself in a position to operate in that arena or area of response. And, she got to grow some more. We all got to grow. And that's another thing I always say in life. If you refuse to grow, then you already did.
Yeah.
Then I got to go.
You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Because all of us got to grow, man.
Yeah.
No one knows it all and no one got all the answers.
Right.
Yeah.
We all got to open our ears and listen first.
Right.
Yeah. I wish her well, but slow down and listen. That's what I can tell you. Slow down and listen.
Good stuff to encourage the better relationship.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be a special episode, and this is a done son first. Anybody out there that's listening to the sound of my voice, we have something special on this episode. Something that has not been seen before, and something that's not been heard before. But we've had the opportunity because we were contacted by them. Now, before we get into this, the top 5 states with UFO sightings, and we'll count it down from number 5 to number 1. Number 5, New York City. UFO sightings, 3,830. Number 4, Texas. UFO sightings, 3,848. Number 3, the state of Washington. UFO sightings, 4,351. Number 2, Florida. UFO sightings, 5,826. Number 1, UFO sightings, 10,333.
What state?
California. We are.
You mean? Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
You mean to tell me Virginia ain't in there?
No, I think they're in the bottom 5.
Really?
They found out that what they were seeing was just cousins that they hadn't seen.
No. The reason I say that, man, because I remember as a kid.
Cuz!
No, seriously. I remember as a kid, man.
You saw one?
I don't know what the hell I saw in the sky.
Your cousin?
But everybody was running out the house looking. I was a kid at the time. Point of a kid. This was got to be at about 1965, 64. And everybody ran outside, were pointing up in the sky. We seen some crazy shit. We know, and we didn't know it. Everybody was reporting, man.
Right.
What the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it scared all of us. And we all went back in the house and went to bed and scared to death, trembling like leaves.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But we see something in the sky and we didn't know what it was. Then the next day, I ain't gonna never forget it, the next day, the government came out and said that the Navy was running, because I'm from Norfolk, Portsmouth, the Tidewater area.
Right.
By the ocean, sailor town.
Right.
Said they was running some tests in the sky.
Oh.
That's what they came out.
Do you believe that, huh?
The next day, they came out and said, "Oh, the military was running some tests of some weapons and stuff in the sky last night." Blah blah blah. This was about 1965.
Do you believe that?
I had to take it for what it was. I was scared.
Right.
At that time, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I remember that, man. Quiet. And we all was like, "What the hell is that out there?"
Right.
It was just moving back and forth. Woo, 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 woo.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway,
now,
it is what it is.
Right. Now, we're going to get a little deeper into that. Now, we are ashamed about telling the world what we are great at. Our gifts, talents, visions, and goals. But it comes a time we experience the unknown and go tell about it. Not ashamed to speak about our experiences without a care in the world of being judged, right? I hope everyone is open to this beautiful experience. We're able to capture an audio in a beautiful experience in video. Ladies and gentlemen, close encounter of the fifth kind. I present to you Zale. Thank you, Zale.
What did he say? Say it again.
Huh?
He's saying we be.
I learned your language. That was alien.
He's talking jive.
Some slang from my planet.
Now, Zale has joined us not only because he likes our podcast, but because we are here to answer questions and get the answers to them. Ask questions and get the answers to them that nobody else can get. Zale, thank you for joining the show. Why are you here?
I saw Broadway, and I was like, that looks like a good spot. We drove at least over 1,500 people from that place. Got a lot of data.
Okay.
Might as well.
Excellent. And Zale, what has been your experience with the different types of people on this earth that you have been around but you have not encountered?
Well, it's funny that you were saying that people want to express themselves with opening up and saying that they saw UFOs. It's like, well, not being judged. Funny thing is, we're sitting there staring down at them, judging them.
Lifted right.
It's definitely interesting. That's why I'm staying here.
What are some of the things you like about Earth and you don't like about Earth?
One thing is we don't do is party. There's no such thing as partying in outer space. You got an intergalactic lord with like a ray gun in the back of your head all the time, criticizing you. And so that's like something I don't, you guys don't really give a flying fuck,
Literally.
Now,
oh, you got it.
No, it's just funny, like what I don't like. It's just, I think it's turtles. I don't like turtles.
I want to know if you guys don't party. Like, why do you come to Earth? Like, do you come here to party since you can't party up there?
Oh, they don't. No one knows I'm here.
Oh.
They don't know. I was just sneaking away.
Snuck away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. What was the question?
Why are you here? Why did you sneak away?
Well, I want to get hands-on. I want to join in on the fun.
I knew it. You wanted to party.
I don't think you want to just like pick someone up, probe them, drop them down, say like they're crazy, and then they're done. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I think like try these substances.
So are you considered a special child in your race?
What do you mean special?
Because you want to come down here and party.
I learned
Yeah, you want
that special means a lot of different things.
Yeah. You want to come down here to Earth and party with us, but you want to keep it a secret. And you said no one knows you are here. So do you feel you are different than the rest of your species?
Yeah, you can say that. Well, my overlords called me special all the time.
My God.
I don't think they cared if I came down to the planet.
Do what you want to do.
Now, Zale, the different things that go on Earth, you have diseases here, you have racism here, you have killings here, and you have not fornication, but
you do. We got that too.
So all of the problems that you see on Earth, do you have these same problems where you're from?
Fornication? No, we don't really fornicate. We reproduce in a lab.
So you see a female, you be like, hey, let's go to the lab.
I'm cracking up at looking at you guys fornicating. I can't join in, but what are you guys doing?
Very interesting.
I mean, that's why we probe you guys. You guys started it.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Racism? That one's fascinating. Because, learning that, there's all these different cultures out there. They're all overlapping. To me, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, why are you guys arguing? Just give each other a beer or shit. No, but like you said, love and compassion, that's one thing we do work out a little bit there. We have our little sessions where we all hum the same tone for hours at a time.
Yeah.
Hum? What do you mean hum? How it go? Okay, I get it. Hours at a time, huh? Okay. That enough to get me in line.
Do that, but in different ways, concerts. What's the? We white people, they love Sweet Caroline. They start singing right on the bat. You turn that on, I haven't met one white person that doesn't know the lyrics.
Sweet Caroline. Woo-hoo,
Y'all are ignorant.
Oh my gosh. So you learned all of this before you came here?
Yeah, I mean, we get a lot of data from you guys.
I bet you do.
To be honest, they said Florida wasn't #1. I was surprised.
I bet.
You left one group of people out, the blacks. Could you tell us your encounters with abducting them? I know they don't live on farmland out in the middle of nowhere, but it might be a little harder to abduct them. So how do you do that?
Well, there was one, you call him an artist, a rapper. What was it? Waka Flocka Flame? I see him farming a lot now.
Yeah.
So we had to pick him up real quick.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Same thing. They're just like they want to have fun. Most of the times, like it's the same little trivial things that like in a relationship, personal stuff like that. But other than that, like it's all. If you just make someone laugh, that's what I got out of our data. It's like you make someone laugh, that's it. It's over. That's it. Simple as that.
Oh my God!
It's not my job to solve this. You guys are still learning.
Always.
Hey, so where do you see the world going? Is the world headed towards destruction, or is it the world? I mean, what's up when we talk about this global warming stuff? What is that? What do you think about that?
What happens? I mean, I've been around for to you guys thousands of years, so kind of common in this relationship. But what's the specific question? Is it
do you think our world wouldn't end anytime soon?
Anytime soon? Oh no, you guys are good.
Oh, thank you.
So reassuring.
So you said we're just going through another process in time, in which we probably have been through before.
Well, you guys became lopsided with technology. America being the dominant in technology, and they got what is it? Like Indonesia, where they're just learning Bangkok, starting to get what do you call it? The Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
So once you guys get on the same level of technology, things gonna smooth out a little bit. Yeah.
So it's almost like having hot flashes. It's gonna be all right.
Shaana ain't smiling over there on that
one. Leave us one another. Leave us out.
She showed you the evil eye on that one.
We're talking about Earth. Planet Earth.
Leave us out of it.
Zale, I know you got to run. Well, fly off. And this episode has been monumental. That nobody in the podcast universe has ever had an alien on their show. And Zale, we want to thank you until next time. Thanks for tuning in to the Dodson Podcast.
All right now.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
The Dodson, it's a Dodson Podcast.